The Lexus NX promises bulletproof reliability and rock-solid resale value, two things that make it one of the most recommended luxury crossovers on the market. But if you think reliability alone justifies spending over $40,000 on a vehicle, you're about to discover why that's a costly mistake. The NX forces you to accept compromises that no luxury buyer should tolerate, so stay with us as we reveal reasons why you should not buy a Lexus NX. Number 5. Well-built but bland interior. Walk into any Lexus dealership and sit inside an NX and you'll immediately notice something. The build quality is exceptional, panels fit perfectly, materials feel solid, and everything seems engineered to last decades. The seats are comfortable, the cabin is quiet, and nothing rattles or squeaks. It's the kind of interior that will still feel tight and premium 10 years from now when competitors are falling apart. But here's the problem. Being well-built and being exciting are two completely different things. The NX's cabin feels like it was designed by engineers who prioritized durability over style. Everything works exactly as it should, but nothing makes you want to spend time in it. Compare this to what BMW is doing with the X3's driver-focused cockpit, or the stunning Scandinavian elegance Volvo brings to the XC60. Those interiors make a statement the moment you open the door. The NX, it makes you feel like you're sitting in a very expensive appliance. The dashboard layout is functional rather than exciting, and the color schemes lean heavily towards safe, neutral tones that won't offend anyone, but also won't impress anyone. When you bring clients to lunch or pick up family from the airport, you want your vehicle's interior to reflect success and taste. The NX's cabin communicates reliability but doesn't convey the sense of occasion that luxury vehicles should deliver. Speaking of compromises, that boring interior is just the beginning, because what happens when you actually try to drive this thing? Number 4. Forgettable driving experience. Here's where the NX reveals its biggest secret. Underneath that luxury badge and premium price tag, you're essentially getting a dressed-up RAV4. The platform is shared, the suspension architecture is nearly identical, and the driving dynamics reflect that reality more than Lexus would like to admit. The suspension setup prioritizes comfort above everything else, which sounds good on paper, but creates a crossover that feels disconnected from the road. Body roll in corners is excessive for a vehicle wearing a premium badge. The steering is light and vague, offering almost no feedback about what the front wheels are doing. You can drive the NX for hours and never feel engaged with the experience. It's transportation, not driving. Think about those winding back roads or that highway on ramp during your morning commute where you need to merge confidently. These moments reveal what a vehicle is really about, and the NX feels hesitant and uncertain when you ask it to do anything beyond cruising in a straight line. Compare this to what BMW delivers with the X3, and the difference is staggering. The steering communicates with you, the body stays flat through corners, and the whole experience makes you want to take the long way home. Even Volvo has managed to engineer more driving satisfaction into the XC60 than Lexus has with the NX. The NX soaks up bumps well, but that same suspension tuning creates a floaty, disconnected feeling at highway speeds. The vehicle never feels planted or confident when changing lanes. What makes this particularly frustrating is that Lexus clearly has the engineering capability to do better. Their performance models prove they understand chassis dynamics. But with the NX, they chose not to apply that knowledge. But even if you can live with boring dynamics, you'll still need to deal with what's under the hood. Number 3. Gutless powertrain. Pop the hood on a base NX and you'll find a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine that produces 203 horsepower. That might sound adequate on a spec sheet, but the reality on the road is far less inspiring. This engine struggles to move the NX with any sense of urgency, and acceleration feels labored rather than effortless. Merging onto highways requires planning ahead, and passing slower traffic demands more commitment than it should. The hybrid version addresses fuel efficiency concerns but does absolutely nothing to solve the performance problem. With 239 combined horsepower, the NX Hybrid still feels underwhelmed when you ask it to accelerate with any authority. The electric motor provides some low-speed boost, but once you're moving at highway speeds, the powertrain runs out of ideas quickly. And that CVT transmission compounds the issue, creating a droning, unpleasant engine note whenever you need power. Load up the NX with people and luggage, and acceleration becomes almost comically slow. Highway passing maneuvers that should take seconds instead require sustained acceleration that leaves the engine screaming. What's particularly disappointing is that Lexus offers no mid-level performance option between the gutless base models and the expensive plug-in hybrid. Competitors offer multiple powertrain choices. Lexus, you get what you get. So the NX is boring to drive and underpowered, but surely Lexus reliability makes up for it, right? Well, not when you see what else is out there. Number 2, lots of competent rivals. The luxury compact crossover segment is absolutely packed with alternatives that beat the NX in multiple ways. Yes, none of them will match Lexus reliability scores, but that advantage comes at a significant cost in other areas. For many buyers, the trade-off isn't worth it when competitors deliver so much more in terms of driving enjoyment, technology, and overall value. The BMW X3 remains the benchmark for driving dynamics in this class. It's sharper, more responsive, and genuinely fun to drive in ways the NX will never be. The interior feels more modern, and the technology is light years ahead of what Lexus offers. The Volvo XC60 emphasizes Scandinavian design and a cabin that feels like a work of art. The materials are stunning, the technology is intuitive, and the overall ambiance makes the NX feel boring by comparison. Then there's the Acura RDX, which offers similar Japanese reliability credentials but with significantly better performance and more standard features for less money. The turbo engine makes it feel genuinely quick, and the super handling all-wheel drive system delivers handling characteristics the NX can't touch. If reliability is your primary concern, the RDX gives you that without all the compromises Lexus forces you to accept. Even the Genesis GV70 deserves consideration, offering stunning looks, powerful engines, and a warranty that makes Lexus coverage look ordinary. The point is this: if you prioritize reliability above absolutely everything else, the NX makes sense. But if you want a crossover that's actually enjoyable to own and drive, you have better options. And here's the real kicker. Even if you're willing to accept all these compromises, Lexus is going to make you pay dearly for the privilege. Number 1. Prices jump quickly. Here's where the NX really starts falling apart as a value proposition. The base model starts around $42,000, which already feels expensive for what you're getting. But that's just the beginning of the pricing pain. To get the features and refinement you'd expect from a luxury crossover, you're going to be climbing the trim ladder quickly, and every step up costs significantly more than it should. The mid-level trims, where most buyers will end up, push you past $48,000 without much effort. At that price point, you're competing with base versions of larger, more prestigious luxury crossovers. But the pricing situation gets truly absurd when you look at the plug-in hybrid version. This variant pushes past $60,000 for well-equipped models. When you're signing paperwork for a $60,000 crossover, you expect something that feels special every time you get behind the wheel. But at that price, the NX delivers the same bland interior, the same disconnected driving experience, and the same outdated technology you get in cheaper trims. You could opt for an X3 M40i and get a crossover that's genuinely fast and engaging. You're paying luxury prices for a vehicle that delivers economy car driving dynamics, dated technology, and a bland interior that happens to be well built. That build quality will serve you well if you keep the vehicle for 15 years, but most buyers in this segment don't hold vehicles that long. What makes this pricing even harder to swallow is that Lexus doesn't offer much middle ground between basic and loaded. The gap between trim levels is substantial, forcing you to make big jumps to get reasonable equipment. Lexus bundles features together and charges premium prices for those packages, making it difficult to build a vehicle that matches your specific needs without overspending. So, there you have it. 5 compelling reasons to think twice before buying a Lexus NX. Yes, this crossover will probably outlast everything else in its class, but those advantages come at a steep price. You're sacrificing driving enjoyment, accepting outdated technology, settling for bland styling, living with inadequate power, and paying premium prices for an experience that feels ordinary at best. The luxury crossover market is packed with alternatives that deliver more excitement, more technology, and more value. And for most buyers, those alternatives make a lot more sense than betting everything on reliability alone. With everything we've just said, it makes a lot of sense to simply go with the mainstream RAV4 and save some money. But even that's become questionable considering that the new generation comes with a couple of serious limiting factors. This redesign hasn't solved some of the biggest concerns, starting from some of the worst sound installations in the class.